I am a collector of rice, also known as Oryza sativa to the rice collecting community. I've been collecting rice about 5 years, and the rice collecting community is made up of basically myself up until now. There were more members before, and it kind of trailed off. The thing about it is kids, I think, are sick of playing sports and video games, and they are going to want to look for another outlet or avenue. I have about 8,000 to 10,000 pieces. They resemble different people, celebrities, relatives, professional athletes. I brought some of my favorites here. Jerry Rice, the sports star, San Francisco 49er Hall of Famer. Some of you might have heard of him before. Condoleeza Rice, National Security Advisor. She's big now with the war and everything. And Robert Deniro I have, more from his early days, like The Godfather, Taxi Driver, rather than Analyze This or something like that. The way I started collecting rice, I was studying abroad in Madrid, Spain, through a study abroad program, and I was sitting there eating lunch with the lady and her son that I lived with, and their favorite thing to do was watch The Simpsons in Spanish, which is what they spoke, and I was eating my paella, which is what we had a lot, which is rice and different meats, and I had a big forkful of paella with yellow rice, and I looked up at the screen, and I saw a piece of rice that had blue on top, and I thought, Marge Simpson, and it kind of clicked for me. People definitely make fun of rice collecting. I mean, it sounds strange, you know. I try not to let it faze me. So it's not the insult as much as, you know, when you're the only member of a community, it can be lonely sometimes, but it's okay. I have a poem that I wanted to read, if that's okay. About that, okay. Dismally alone, a boy with no purpose searches for meaning in life. So sad and afraid, he questions his God for filling his hours with strife. Tears start to puddle, and just like his tissue, dreams go soggy and damp. He's crippled, bemused, so hungry for answers, his stomach convulses and cramps. Infinite doors ahead, which to choose? As I pace on the threshold, my heels start to bruise. The time is at hand to make a decision. I'll follow it closely as if my religion. I've opened a door, what I see more than nice. I found life, I found love, I found answers in rice. In a perfect world, I guess people wouldn't be so worried about themselves and about all the problems in the world, and they could slow down and stop and smell the rice, if you know what I mean. Rice is nice. It doesn't have to be rice, but if you just notice things and don't, you know, get so stressed out all the time, you hear people honking their horns all day. I think if people slowed down and looked at rice or anything, that they'd be better off. The time I started collecting rice, she had just gotten out of our relationship. It had been about 5 years, and I was feeling somewhat lost. I hadn't been getting much sleep, and when I picked up this hobby, it gave me an outlet. It gave me some time to think, and I got more energy. I wasn't sleeping 14 hours a day anymore, and I realized that life is short, and you need to find something you love and go with it, and I'm lucky enough to have found something. So I hope everyone finds something that they like, and so I'm still dealing with things, but pretty much I've left her alone.